Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So today I thought that I would sit down and try a very hyped foundation, particularly because Glam Life guru Tati Westbrook said it's one of her new favorite foundations, and that would be the Trueskin Hydrating Foundation from Catrice. So I thought today we would try out the Trueskin foundation and concealer and see what we think of it, see if we agree with all of the hype saying this is one of the best foundations at the drugstore. So if you'd like to hear my thoughts, then just keep watching. Okay, so about this foundation, it says that it is a hydrating foundation, long wear, and it has hyaluronic acid in it. It says True Skin but Better Hydrating Foundation with hyaluronic acid and watermelon seed oil. Ooh, leaves a perfectly even skin tone and natural matte finish. Medium to high coverage with a comfortable skin feeling, dermatologically approved. It's vegan, microplastic, particle free. Interesting. So they sent me the shade Cool Almond. It might be a little bit dark, but we're just going to work with it because it's the shade I have. And it has, oh, is that right? I thought this had a pump. I have a habit of doing that. I'll twist the cap and then it opens the entire container, not realizing it has a pump. So it does have a pump, so don't be confused if you start twisting this and the whole thing comes off. Just twist it back together and there is a pump underneath. That's the shade. It looks like it might be a bit dark for me, but hopefully the concealer will lighten and brighten things. And I'm trying to do this like beach wave hair thing today, but I don't think I'm having much success. So I'm just going to start with this Kapari sponge, and I'm just going to kind of apply to one half of the face with a sponge, one half with a brush. I have lots of pimples here. I have lots of breakouts here, so we'll see how this covers. Definitely not my shade. Okay, so you can see that it's a little bit dark for me, clearly, but the finish looks nice. But would I call this full coverage? No, I have like an old chickenpox scar here that you can still see. You can still see my acne, my birthmarks, active acne on my nose. I'm not sure what's going on. It might be a change in diet, but my face is breaking out like crazy lately. Could also be the heat. Now let's see if I can build up these spots that I need a little bit more coverage with a second layer. Okay, so it is buildable. I still don't think you're going to get full coverage with this though. And it does feel like it's already setting down, so I feel like this is a pretty quick setting foundation. So now let's try the brush on the other side. And it is a bit of like a runny formula, if you can see from here. So it's not super thick, it's more like serum-y. And I am just using my Sephora foundation brush. Right off the bat, I can tell you that coverage is way better with the brush, and I don't need nearly as much as I needed with a sponge. I haven't even gone through one pump, and this side of my face is fully covered. Okay, so this is one layer of foundation with a brush on this side, two with a sponge on this side. There aren't any brush stroke marks. It's sunk in very well. It's not sitting on top of the skin. I think I'm going to go in with the brush on this side and see if I can fully cover those acne marks. Okay, they are probably as covered as they are going to get. So I would say medium to almost to full coverage. I wouldn't say 100% full coverage, but I do think I prefer it with a brush versus the sponge. The sponge was just soaking up so much of the product, shearing out the coverage. I much prefer what I get with a brush. I think I would recommend like a pore filling primer, just because I feel like I'm seeing my pores here a little bit more than I normally do, but everywhere else it looks very natural and very tan. So next, let's try the Trueskin High Cover Concealer, again with hyaluronic acid. It says it's waterproof and 18-hour. Let's see, comfortable high coverage concealer with moisturizing Hydro Boost Complex, won't settle into fine lines, fresh and even, soft matte finish, covers under eye circles, and long lasting. So I have the shade Cool Cashmere, which is very different from the foundation, but we're gonna make it work. Now this one is a flexible pointed doe foot. It's got quite a lot of bend to it. Normally they're a little bit stiffer. I'm just gonna put a little bit on the bottom here just to kind of even out the color of the neck and the face. It definitely has a brightening factor. I feel like it's almost gray, but that might be this particular color. This one was supposed to be a cool tone foundation, and this one's a cool toned concealer, but I would not consider this one a cool toned foundation. It's quite warm, but I would consider the concealer to be cool toned. It's got that like, I want to say like bluish, grayish undertone to it. I'm going to try this side with my finger. This one seems to be setting down pretty quickly as well, and it's a slightly thicker formula. It's not very runny. Okay, I would say that the concealer is thicker than the foundation. Foundation can be sheared out, but this one you can definitely see the makeup sitting on the skin. Okay, so up close, this is what the foundation and concealer look like. The concealer is definitely a high coverage concealer. It's very thick. It does set down. I feel like it's not going to budge, so I can see where the waterproof claim would definitely come into place there. You can see the foundation still has like a little bit of glow on my cheeks, but it does not feel tacky at all. So I don't think this would even need to be set down. So I think I'm going to leave it as is and apply all of my powder products on top. And then I'll come back to tell you how everything works without setting this foundation or concealer. The concealer though, no, I need to set the concealer, otherwise my mascara runs to the skin under my eyes. So I do need to set the under eyes, but I'm going to leave the face and the perimeter of my face untouched, and I'll be back to tell you how powders apply on top of this foundation. But here's what it looks like right after application. So I'll see you in a bit. Okay guys, I am back, and it's been probably about an hour since I applied these products from Catrice. Let's talk about my thoughts. I only applied a brightening powder to the under eyes. I did not powder anywhere else on my face, and my face is fully set down, so no powdering necessary. I have combination skin. I can usually tell if the oils are going to be peeking through by now, and so far they're not. So I do like that. My skin does look fairly natural, but in the areas that I put the concealer, it does look a little makeup-y. So there's definitely higher coverage in the concealer than there is in the foundation in the same line. So just be aware of that. I feel like both shades were slightly off for me. The concealer was a little too gray toned, a little too light. The foundation was a little too warm and a little too deep. So I feel like if I could find my perfect shade in the foundation and concealer. I would really like both of these. I'm not sure I would use them together though, because the concealer is a bit extreme coverage and the foundation is more medium. So I'm not sure if they go together. Like, they're the same line. They're both the Trueskin line, but I feel like this one's more natural looking and this one's like more mask looking. So not sure if I'd put them together, but I like this one. I'm wearing a full coverage foundation, and I like this for my more day-to-day looks where it's not completely masking everything. So far I like the way that it looks on my face. The concealer did not settle into lines, which I appreciate. Like I said, it sets itself. So I feel like I'm having a pretty good makeup day right now, and I don't know if it's because of these products or because of the products I put on top, but I feel like it's the base. I feel like it looks really nice. So perhaps Tati is onto something. This is a very affordable foundation. My first impressions are that I really like it. So I'm going to continue to use this for the next week or so, and I will give you guys an update here if anything changes. But as of right now, I am really enjoying it. I just want to get the correct shade for my skin tone, or I'll have to fake tan, self tan, whatever you want to call it, to match that foundation. But as of right now, these two don't go together. So I hope you guys enjoyed seeing application, hearing my first thoughts on this foundation. I'm quite impressed with it. I would recommend. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys. So it's about 6 o'clock at night, and this foundation and concealer has been on for at least 5 hours without powder, and I am very impressed. My skin looks so even and fresh. I mean, I like my eye makeup too today, but the skin makeup held up really well, so I'm quite impressed with it.